All right, Conscious Growing Gardener family, YouTube. Um, I'm about to upload this video. I'm in Ohio, of course, and I tell you guys all the time in Ohio. I'm in Ohio, and we are in between Chicago, Illinois, Kentucky, right, and Toronto, Canada. All three of these places had uh, very, very, very bad weather, right? Kentucky had a tornado that actually touched down, which is right below Ohio, as people, if you know the map. And Illinois is right next door to us, and they had a lot of wind and hail raising. And Toronto, Canada, actually had uh, up to 50, 60 miles an hour wind, threatening for a tornado as well. So we got a lot of wind blowing and stuff blowing all over outside in the garden. Even though we had pretty much closed the garden down for the winter, the fence was busted open through the wind. Wind. You know how Mother Nature gets. She get the blowing, and there's nothing you can do about that. So I'm out here cleaning up the aftermath of uh, the wind and the rain and blowing and stuff. And I got out here, it's really not as bad as I thought. After the wind, it could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful of that. Tomorrow I got to get out here and dump some of these. I have a lot of pots that have soil in them, and I'm gonna refurbish the soil. But what I got to do is I got to get out here and I got to throw away. I gotta dump a lot of the soil that's still in some of these pots that are out here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Got a lot of pots out here. See these pots right there? Got pots over there, pots over here, and they still have soil in them. I'm gonna bring them in the house, and I took the top off the greenhouse. So it's nothing but plastic. You don't want it to break down in the wintertime. So it's just simply just the cage left up there, which we leave up there. That cage has been there for 4 years. It's going on its fifth year being there. And even though we have other greenhouses in the house, we haven't even ever had to use any of the cages. We just refurbish the plastic and bring it back out and cover it up during the springtime, during late winter, early spring, so we can get ready to bring in our seedlings and put them in a greenhouse so they can stay warm overnight, and they can get that right get acclimated to the sun and the cold at night, so we can get ready for them to be big and strong, so that when the time is right, boom, we place them in that garden. We throw them off in the raised beds, as we do every year. We throw them off in that raised beds, and you can see it looks kind of messy out there, but that is actually my good soil. Those are leaves and grass clippings from my yard that I have put into my soil so that they can break down over the wintertime and add those minerals that you're going to need in order to have a rich soil for growing every year, right? We use this same space every year, and a lot of times when you take the energy, the minerals and stuff like that from Mother Earth, you have to replace them. You have to replace them in that garden, especially if you're growing in the same area, right? You have to replace those minerals. Those minerals are gone from that soil. That soil will be dry, dead bone, dead. It's just dirt now at that point. You know what I'm saying? It has no minerals in it. That's the difference between soil and dirt. Dirt's just dirt. Soil has actually minerals. It has growing power. And that's what makes it gardening soil and not just some dirt. So we have to, we have our own compost that we keep. We keep our grass clippings. We keep our leaf clippings, right? The leaves fall from the trees, and we just take them and throw them in there and add those minerals back to them, of course, as well as our food clippings, which is our compost, wood chips that we keep, that we sometimes cutting down certain trees and stuff. And this year, of course, the rock garden. I already got as you can see, the leaves are already in here. This is going to be a rock garden this year. And you'll see we'll have some certain things, some certain herbs and flowers and stuff growing in here. And it's going to be beautiful come springtime. You guys will see we'll be doing those lives. Hopefully by that time we'll have the subscribers that we need to go live, and we won't have to just keep doing uploads. So when you guys see my channel, check out the content, check out a couple of the videos, right? If you like what we're talking about, right? The homeschooling videos, the videos about how to get started growing your own garden, your inside garden, right? Greenhouse that we got. Check us out. And if you like the videos that you see, if you think we're a little entertaining, got some couple jokes that we might be telling, right? We got some intel that you might not be hearing, or it might be something you already heard, and we run it with that same level. Go ahead and do us a favor and subscribe to the channel, right? Even if you watch this, even if you don't like the content, right? you don't like the content, you ain't in the garden, and you ain't thinking about growing no fruits or vegetables, right? You might know somebody that might want to know about growing. You know what I'm saying? And so share our videos, tell people about us. You know what I'm saying? And tell them to come to the channel, and tell them the Garden Guru said, come subscribe to the channel, man. It ain't gonna hurt you to subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna cost you nothing. It ain't gonna take nothing from you. Subscribe to the channel and help our channel grow. We appreciate it, and we always put out that content that'll help people to become self-sufficient in this country, to be able to grow your own fruits and vegetables. Because if you go to the grocery store and you can't figure out what to get, or if the prices is just too dang on high, right? It's sometimes it's just better. You just better off growing your own. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do here. We like to spread that knowledge, and you know what I'm saying, and give people that opportunity to learn, how to put yourself in that position to to become self-sufficient, and self-sustainability that we like to talk about on this channel. So that's what I'm out here basically doing today, and I decided to just do it's so beautiful, such a sunny day. I decided to drop a little vid on you guys. You know what I'm saying? And as we always do, we got to go we talk about the peas on this channel. So we talk about plant life, you know what I'm saying? And then we got to go into politics, right? We got to talk about the public school system, you know what I'm saying? We got to talk about people in general, maybe public speakers, celebrities, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people in my family, people is people, it don't matter, strangers, people that make the news, right? Just current events, right? And we definitely talk about crooked politicians and the pharmaceutical company, how they want you to just be on drugs instead of, something that's a natural cure for you, you know what I'm saying? We got to talk about this. So one of the conversations I want to have today is, since we're talking about the tornadoes and the bad weather, right? Kentucky, there are people in Kentucky saying that they never got a warning. That they were never sent any information about the tornado. And so we have in this country we have we have a weather warning service. And the weather warning service, of course, we did the research and looked in. The weather warning services said that they know they've been having trouble with the warnings, with giving out warnings to the people, right? With all these cell phones, you can't get the warning out to people. So instead of just questioning that, what I even though I still look at that kind of square-eyed a little bit, they said what they did was they went weeks ahead of time and they sent the intel and the information about the warning about the tornadoes hitting Kentucky to all the media outlets, to all of the state of Kentucky's media outlets. So it was basically in the media's hand, the mainstream media, to tell to warn their people. So once again, here we are dealing with mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with tech. We're dealing with big tech. And we're dealing with mainstream media. With these people not telling that, you can't even inform your people that it's a tornado coming. So the candle factory, there was about 100 people in the candle factory working when the tornado hit. Now the warning should have, the way I see it, the warning should have already been in place. This is just my opinion. The warning should have already been in place. And people should have already either been evacuated from the city, or they should have already been in some situation where they could have been in a basement, somewhere where it's safe at. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere where it's safe, somewhere where it's no hindrance to people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. But my point is this. How's the mainstream media not gonna warn the people of that city? You know what I'm saying? It's nobody should have been at work when that tornado hit. Nobody should be in not just a candle factory. They shouldn't be anywhere, unless you went somewhere in a basement somewhere, or somewhere dunker down, or technically speaking, because we have so much information on certain and where these tornadoes are going to hit, where the earthquakes are going to come at, whatever. When we get this information, this should be spread. This should be wide world news. It should definitely be in the state of Kentucky. Everybody in the state of Kentucky should have got a warning on their phone. All these cell phones, the TV should have been blasted all over the TV, right? And people should have had people enough time to evacuate, to not even be in Kentucky when it hit, so that we won't have no loss of life or people ducking. And you know what I'm saying, you can replace a house. It ain't easy to do, but you can replace a house. You can replace furniture and TVs and stuff. You can't replace a human life. And in my opinion, these people don't value human life unless it's their own. Why are these people, my question again, why are there people in Kentucky saying they did not get a heads up, a warning about the tornado that hit they state and destroyed hundreds of thousands of properties, including some up to 80 or more deaths that was total, that were lives that were taken during this tornado. And I'm sure, and I'm almost positive, I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but those 80 people that passed away, I wonder if they were some of the ones who didn't get the warning. It's just ridiculous. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. This is what I'm talking about when we talk about the mainstream media. And people be the first one to say, "Oh man, mainstream media, they ain't, they do their job the best to their ability." No, they're not. No, they're not, because the weather service, the National Weather Service, said it plainly. They had given them weeks in advance warning to the mainstream media. They even tell the people that look, our equipment has not been working right. They send out the warnings, which I don't know why it's not working correctly. You know what I'm saying? Where's the techs at? Where's the people that's working? You know what I'm saying? These industries, these are government funded places, right? There's no way in the world your equipment should be down during a tornado storm or during a tornado weather season or anything. That stuff should be up running perfectly, right? And if not, you should have somebody out there working on it immediately. And if you can't get it worked on, then the Weather Service Network and the mainstream media have got to work together. That lets you know the mainstream media is not into preserving life. All they in it for is spreading propaganda, hiding stories, and only letting you know what they want you to believe. They'll let you know what they want you to know, but anything they don't feel like they want you to know, they'll keep it from you. So Rachel Maddow. First I can go into the Cuomo brothers. We know government and mainstream media go hand in hand. So this ain't just a brotherhood. This ain't just two brothers. One brother trying to cover up the other brother's dealings in politics, and he losing his job. No, this is how they all get down. This is the game that they play. I'm telling you, these guys for the longest time. This ain't the only thing that the Cuomo brother then covered up on CNN. They always covering up stuff. What they do is what they don't cover, then they just won't say anything about it. They just won't cover that. They won't cover. Sometimes they don't cover up stuff. Sometimes they just don't talk about it. It's, man, we ain't gonna. When they got the news, they know what's going on. They won't tell you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what they say? A lie of omission is a lie of commission. So sometimes they'll tell you a story and lie about it, or sometimes they just won't. They'll know the story and just won't bring it up, won't report on it. That kind of crap. So Rachel Maddow is she's another journalist or communist. Gotta call her communist. That's what they need to be called, communists. They ain't columnists. They need to be called communists. A lot of them, that's what the fuck they are. But she's a so-called journalist or reporter or whatever, and she's telling people, as young as she is, she ain't in her 50s or 60s or nothing like that, talking about she's about to retire. See, once again, instead of telling us the truth, you know what I'm saying? Instead of telling us the people the truth, right? Because you're trying to save face about who you are and what you are and what you've done. She been caught up in a bunch of scandals and cover-ups like everybody else, and she already sees the writings on the wall. She can see that the people in our country, who the journalists, the politicians, the crooked mainstream media, who've been covering up stories and hiding stuff from people. These people are going down in behind closed doors, right? They've been sentenced to court and all type of crimes against humanity and cover-ups and stuff. And so instead of her just like, I got caught in some crap, and I'm doing this, she don't want to tell it. So she gonna sit up there and say, oh, I'm about to retire. Rod, you ain't even as old as I am. You ain't retiring. I can't even retire. You ain't retiring. You about to take your ass to jail, or you about to get fired. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Cuomo did. For the same underhanded bull crap that's been going on in this country for years, and no politician, No FBI, no alphabet groups, FBI or the CIA, none of them people get involved in any of this shit. They don't say nothing about when these people cover up news and hide stuff from the people. Right? It's supposed to be we the people. Our country is built upon the principles of the people. These motherfuckers want to switch it around and make it about the principle of the government, about the higher ups, the CIA, the FBI, the alphabet group, right? The politicians, the lying and shit, the Congress, the senators covering and stealing tax dollars and crimes against humanity. I mean, I can just go deep as deep as the soil go down, as deep as my roots into my soil when I'm growing fruit in my yard. How much criminal bull crap is going on in this country? Cover-ups. And the reason why we don't know is because it's constantly being covered up by our so-called 3, 5, 8, 19, Channel 7, whatever the hell, WKCY, right? The alphabet group. ABC, CBS, alphabet group. They only spread knowledge about things that they want you to know about. They only tell you stuff if they want to pull on your heartstring and make you feel bad about it. Or if they want to make you feel a certain way about a certain subject. If they want to make you think like it's all racist, or it's all this, it's this going on, or whatever method to their madness of what they trying to come to the table with to tell you something. And it's not all lies. It's just that it's always their narrative. They always swing the story to make you feel a certain way about whatever they're telling you. So they can make it seem like it's worse than what it is, or make it seem like it's not as bad as it is. Whatever story they got a hold of, they always got a narrative or a swing way they want to tell you. They can't never just be forthcoming and honest about the situation and not have their own separate narrative or opinion of how they want to see it turn out. Just tell us where's the unbiasedness in media? Ain't no such thing as that no more. All of these stations are politically ran. Every station you watch on TV, every radio station that you hear, they all got their own political agenda. They'll come on the radio or the TV telling you stuff that they want you to know, or telling you how they feel about a certain thing and giving you their opinion and calling it facts, just so they can get you to feel the way they want you to feel about whatever. And watch this. If that station is ran by Democrats, then they're gonna talk bad about Republicans. If that station is ran by Republicans, then they're gonna talk shit about the Democrats. And then they get together and the same wing on the same bird behind closed doors. But they want your vote. They won't be honest. They won't give you anything for it. They just try to manipulate you into giving it, until you giving it to them. But then immigrants will come over here and they'll offer them, millions of dollars for their vote. Because they figure they can't keep running game on you for so long before you start waking up. Now the right wing will start calling the left the woke. It's trying to be funny. They not woke. Them people not aware. They know something wicked is going on. They know something wicked is going on. They got the wrong movement. They're on the wrong movement, but they are starting to wake up. We are living in an Aquarian age. This is the age of awakening. So even if you are on the left and you don't know what the fuck is going on with the left, and you still rocking with the left, you still begging, you still see the hypocrisy, you can still see the underhandedness of the bureaucracy and the entanglement of criminality within our politicians, right? But you don't want to call no one politician out, because that would disfavor your party. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So what you do is you hang your head on stuff and you talk about the criminality and the ungodliness and the unrighteous, unforsaken policies of this country, but you don't want to put no name to it, because that would make your party look guilty. But sometimes all included put it. See, if you know about the deep state, you know it don't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. These deep state politicians, they don't care about what side is who. They criminals on both sides. Talking about some build back better. Ain't no build back. Build back what? You know what I'm saying? We pay taxes every motherfucking year, all of us. Ain't no, it's none of this stuff. Our roads shouldn't be that bad. Our schools shouldn't be that bad. They're taking our tax dollars. You know what they doing? Stealing the tax dollars money. That's what 9/11 was all about. The tax money, the tax dollars of this country. $2.3 trillion. And our gold. Gone missing between the politicians, the criminal politicians, and the kings and the queens and the British, the queen that got her hands all in our dollars too. All of them motherfuckers ain't nothing but a bunch of criminals, in my opinion. Allegedly. And behind closed doors, there are hundreds of thousands of secret indictments, and these people are going down, including the mainstream media. And that's why you hear shit like that's why you saw the Cuomo brothers going. Now you hear Rachel Maddow talking about, I'm finna retire. This broad full of shit. Now don't get me wrong, when you got money, you making the kind of money she making, right? You could pull that I'm finna retire bullshit, right? But that's not what she's doing. She's getting off TV because she's being kicked off. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, right? She claims I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go try to retain my seat next year. Yeah, bitch, because you're going to jail. You're going to jail for insider trader. Insider trading. You dealing with more than one company that you know they business, and you insider trading between you and your husband and your company, up at the tune of $400 million. So you going your ass to jail, along with the rest of your cronies, and not just the Democrats, but the Republicans too. Chuck Schumer, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, okay, Joe Biden, the president, the fake of the fake corporation that by the way that United States of America is bankrupt, just like China basically bankrupt. And what it is China like, well, we ain't bankrupt. They owe us $29 trillion, whatever, right? But you can't get blood from a turtle, now can you? But what is the American politicians doing? Trying to pass a fake infrastructure bill, even though our infrastructure should be already together because we pay taxes every year for our infrastructure to be together. They trying to come up with some bill. We got to fix the infrastructure while they try to slide money in so they can try to pay these guys back. They're trying to pay back their debt from the countries that they owe with our money. Now, if that ain't some thievery, I ain't never seen no more thievery type of people in my life, man. And all of this stuff is going back down behind our back. And guess who in charge? Guess who running the whole show that's gonna stop all of this shit? Our military. Shout out to the military. Shout out to the veterans that served, right? And you know, when I was younger, I never understood the quality and the necessary need for that. You know what I'm saying? When I was 18, I did okay. I did sign up for the military, and I was given an immediate, because of my hand, I was given an immediate honorable discharge. They honorably discharged me, right? But here's the thing: when I went to go to school, they wouldn't give me a grant talking about they didn't have no record of my honorable discharge. So I started feeling some type of way about our own government and about our own military. I don't get an honorable discharge because of my hand. I can't get my Pell Grant that I need to continue to go to school to further my education. And then on top of that, I got to go to the doctor and fight you guys in order to receive any type of disability for my hand. You know what I'm saying? Everything with them is a fight. I need a couple of guns and some military people with me to go in there and get what I got coming from me. Not including the fact that I've been working these mediocre, mean, in between jobs. I done had some decent jobs in my lifetime. Don't get me wrong. I'm just really sour at the whole situation. But I go and make $15-$20 an hour, and I'm thinking, and you know what I'm saying, that ain't what I'm making. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making $15-$20 an hour. By the time they finish chopping up my money, taxing me for this, taxing me for that, taxing me for living in one city, taxing me for working in another city, taxing me for, you know what I'm saying, for this, for state, for federal and all this all carrying on, right? And then for the school system, I look up and my schools is a piece of crap. My roads is crappy. Right? The city I live in, we got a lottery system here, right? You know how many people stand in line, play the lottery, hoping they're gonna win, make it big one time. All the money they take in, way more than money than they give out. This money's supposed to help for the schools, it's supposed to help with the roads and all that, right? Why is our city so fucked up? And they walk around here talking about, we're gonna try to pass this infrastructure bill so we can fix our roads and our bridges. That shit should already be fixed, dude. Basically, what you're doing is you're trying to come up with some excuse to collect money so you can take the money that you need and get more money out the deal and help them and slide that money back to other countries that y'all been borrowing from and probably pad your own pockets with. Ain't that right, Biden? And I ain't talking about Joe. I'm talking about his son. This motherfucker got a drop of education and a whole lifetime full of crack in the system, but he going off getting jobs with China. Talking about over in China, he worked for the China government. Talking about what kind of job that could he have possibly have for China. He's an advisor. He's an advisor. What are you advising him for? The motherfucker got the job because his daddy was a motherfucking vice president, and they wanted intel. That's all that's about. Go find out what you know, find out what your daddy know. Tell you what. Here we gonna give you this kind of $83,000 a motherfucking month every 6 months. Here you go, and go back and get what tell your daddy we need some information. You know what I'm saying? Giving up our intel. You know what I'm saying? These people are traitors, man, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in another country gonna pay some dude they don't even know who ain't got no background in politics at all. You know what I'm saying? Millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? On this $83,000 every 6 months. So that's basically millions of dollars. Because what was your father in the White House? He was vice president for 4 years. So you made millions of dollars off this bullshit, right? Talking about you an advisor. What advice could you have possibly given them that cost $83,000 every 6 months? See what I'm saying? It's the kind of bullshit. And then they question these people, and all they gotta do is say, I don't give my son any advice on I don't talk anything about business with my family. You're lying. Everybody talk about business in their family. Even if you ain't working the business with your cousins or your friends or whatever, if a nigga doing well in his life, he gonna talk about the business dealings he got going on. And in family, sometimes when you got family that's sticking together, you gonna you gonna throw another one a bone. That's how insider trading shit go on. So all you gotta do is say you ain't give him no advice, you won't talk no businesses with him, and he just takes on all that kind of money from China, and nobody questions it, nobody says anything, nobody does any fucking fact checking behind it. That's because the alphabet team, the ABC, the FBI, the CIA, all the motherfuckers allegedly is all corrupt. Corruption is so far, we got so much corruption in our country. I'm talking about these motherfuckers just absolutely do not care. They don't care nothing about the Constitution. They don't care nothing about we the people. They don't care about our children's future. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the enemy of a country called China or a people that are Asian, but we talking about communist behavior. We talking about socialism. We talking about these people with these different ideologies and agendas that they want to put on our country. Besides we the people being free. You know what I'm saying? If they say you make $10 an hour, that's what you're supposed to make. Constitutionally, they didn't trick our heads and minds with all this bullshit they brought in years and years ago. That's how far they've been doing. They've been doing it for so long that they've been doing it before my lifetime and probably before yours too. They've been robbing American people for so long. I mean, how many people know they send these people out to war and they come back home? Some of these people come back home, you know what I'm saying? They dealing with being on heroin and being on drugs and shit because sometimes our own government shoots them up with that shit to go out there and go to war and fight. People be so scared. One of my buddies told me, he said he went to Afghanistan. So they shot him up in the arm with something, and every time he would go out there